On Tuesday, March 14, Samsung Electronics held a global launch event of its premium TVs under the name QLED. Samsung selected Paris, known as the City of Lights, to unveil its new TVs that combine improved picture quality with the emphasis on brightness and color, together with refreshed visual identity. I was privileged to be invited to the event, so on Tuesday early morning, together with a few journalists from the region, I was able to see firsthand new TVs and features they offer. QLED line is the very best what Samsung will be offering this year. TVs will be available in 3 different series, Q7, Q8 and Q9, ranging from 49 up to 88 inch. For the first time since the introduction of curved TVs in 2014, Samsung's flagship TVs will have flat screen, which is a welcoming change for many, I'm sure. However, for those who prefer curved screens, you will find them in Q8 series and also in Q7. Q7 is the only series that will offer both curved and flat variants. The improvements in the new QLED TV line are separated in 3 categories: picture quality, style, and smart features. The first thing that I need to mention is that Samsung's QLED is not a new display technology, but rather a marketing move. All QLED TVs this year are actually LED LCD TVs with 3rd generation of quantum dot film between the LCD and the LED backlight. Same principle was implemented on last 2 generations that Samsung was and still is marketing under the name SUHD. The new alloy quantum dot has different structure that allows advancements in light efficiency, stability and a wider color spectrum. All new QLED TVs will feature a 10-bit UHD panel, almost 100% coverage of DCI-P3 and achieve 100% color volume. All will have Edge LED backlight. Color volume was a big topic that was explained in detail by Marcel Gonska from WLC Enterprises during the demo segment.
We just have this little box, and you see that this diorama actually shows a little sequence of nice cars. I was playing with this when I was a kid, and it just reminds me of cool times. But you know, when the light goes down, you start to see all the detail that's still in the image. But when the light goes up and we just reach a specific point in what we call scene light, and the scene light is actually what the camera is capturing, then you suddenly see that there is some information starting to miss. There's missing information. The display actually runs out of steam. It's called clipping. Now, you have much more over here because this is a 2000 nit display, and you might say, what 2000 nits? What the heck is 2000 nits? Isn't that too much? And I would say no, not really, because today was a sunny day in Paris. If you go outside and you have all that bright light, it's not too much for your eye. Your eye easily adapts to what actually you see. But the beauty is, the more light you have, think of it like the z-axis, the more light I have, the more color saturation I actually can create. So one thing goes with the other. And so that's where color volume becomes important. Now in the past, we had measurement methods that were based on the old CRT days. Maybe you still know what a CRT is. That's the thick, big, bulky thing, right? That is so heavy that you almost have to build a house around the TV. So at the end of the day, that means all the standards were based on that too, HD and everything. And so it was not the real reproduction if you would take those old measurement methods and try to compare displays with each other. It would tell you they're almost the same, but they're not. And the reason for that is because we have a new measurement method. I don't want to get too complicating, I'll leave it with this. But at the end we can show basically what the difference is in terms of luminance and color at the same time, which is like a 3D model. And that's why we call it a volume, because it has height and it has size, and it's like a balloon, right? And so you see the top right hand corner is basically the color volume of the new QLED TV models of the displays. And the bottom one basically is a smaller color volume based on the limitations on the particular display technology. So if I want to show you that's not just a fake, I can show you a measurement. So you see, now this is an image as it actually also could have been produced in post, meaning you have a very high luminance red and high luminance green and high luminance blue and every other color based on the display and what it can do. And in comparison, you could have a production monitor that also has a very high light output, and so the color volume is basically a very wide one. And what you want is basically reproduce that at home as well. And so we can take a measurement. Shall I do? Okay. So if we first measure green, for example, what you should see now is basically now, this is the saturation level within the color volume of that particular color. And if we would measure that on the other monitor, you see, now this is basically what that monitor can do. So in terms of color volume and in terms of saturation level, you see that we would end up somewhere here compared to a display that has a much wider color volume. And this becomes important if you want to reproduce content correctly, because everything that's shot and then post-produced in post-production is actually mastered on a reference monitor, or you have a camera that is actually putting out a video signal that can cope with that dynamic range and with that color volume the camera actually provides. So if you want to preserve the creative intent, then you actually want to use a display that has similar luminance values and that reproduces the color volume accordingly.
Apart from richer colors in dark and bright, new QLED TVs will have higher peak luminance, which is very important for realistic and dynamic HDR picture. Last year figures were between 1000 and 1400 nits, and this year Samsung is claiming 1500 to 2000 nits range. What I'm really excited about, and I'm sure many calibrators out there will be, is the addition of 20-point white balance controls together with CalMan AutoCal support. If this works right, it will make reviewers and calibrators' lives much easier, since this will lead to quicker calibrations with the same end result. Another good news is that color volume measurement will be implemented in new CalMan 2017, which I will start using as soon as it becomes available. Just like years before, Samsung is still using VA-based LCD panels. This means good native contrast with limited viewing angles. To improve viewing angles and to better compete with IPS and OLED TVs, Samsung is this year introducing so-called dual pixel structure, which will improve color saturation and contrast under angle. The demo I've seen was in line with this statement. Colors did not lose saturation as was the case before, and gamma shift was less pronounced. It was clear that Samsung wants to show that it has the better technology than OLED. All the comparison booths had one QLED and one OLED screen. Of course, we could only see the OLED screen because all else was covered in custom-made box. But it was clear that these OLED TVs were not performing at its best, and especially in terms of viewing angles the comparison was not realistic. Still, by looking only at QLED sets, it was clear that improvements have been made and that they are visible to the naked eye. I'm also happy to see very effective anti-reflective coating on the new TVs, since many find reflections very disturbing. Samsung introduced this last year, and it is nice to see it implemented this year as well. In terms of style, new QLED TVs look very elegant and attractive, and just like last year they feature 360 design. This means that they have very clean, polished look from whichever direction you look. There are also improvements in wall mounting, and according to Samsung you only need 15 minutes to do it. New wall mounts also have less gap for more attractive look on the wall. All QLED TVs will have one connect box that for the first time this year is connected only by one thin optical cable to the TV. Samsung said that it took them 3 good years to create this connection that can be up to 15 meters long and allows for an incredible up to 75 gigabit per second bandwidth. You will still need to hook the power cable, one for the TV and one for the one connect box, but I still see this as a great accomplishment. New Year also brings new remote that Samsung calls now One Remote Control. The idea behind it is to use one remote control for all your devices. The brains behind that lie in the ever-growing database of different products that Samsung TVs will recognize, including numerous set-top boxes out there. Tizen OS is still the smart platform of choice, and this year brings more unified experience with numerous apps and easier way to find, purchase and watch content. There is also a new music service that allows you to find which songs are played in the background of TV shows and films. My only remark is that the user interface is still in Full HD resolution, meaning that on big screen text is not as sharp as it could be, and there are basically no advanced options to personalize the interface. What we heard from Samsung is that they want to have one style that will help users easily recognize their smart TV platform, but they are also considering adding such options in the future. Along with the new QLED TV line, Samsung also revealed more details surrounding the frame TV. The frame looks just like a picture frame hanging on a wall when so-called art mode is on. In the demo area, it was hard to spot any difference between an actual picture and the frame TV, since among other things there is a light sensor implemented to adapt brightness to the room lighting environment. There is also a presence sensor, so that the frame can be turned on only when someone is in the room. I had a great time in Paris, and would like to thank to Samsung Electronics for this wonderful trip and a great presentation. New QLED TVs will be available in stores during this month, starting at $2,500 in the US, £2,000 in the UK, and around €2,300 for the rest of the Europe. Thanks for watching.